A trip to Budapest marked the fourth visit to Hungaroring in the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. And in one of the most competitive seasons on record, with 5 different winners in the first 6 races of the season. The occasion was also marked with the circuit undergoing vast renovation work in preparation for the Formula 1 Hungarian Grand Prix later in the year. However, the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine would be the first to dance around the new look circuit in front of the passionate support of the vibrant Hungarian motorsport fans and travelling supporters. On top of the highly competitive start to the 2025 campaign, Hungary also marked the arrival of no less than 6 driver changes, with 3 returning to the series and another 3 arriving for the very first time. At Santalok Racing, Tim Gerhards was rendered out of action with an injury preventing him from taking part in Hungary. So Ferrari driver and F1 Academy star Maya Berg marked her return to the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine for the first time since 2024.
Yeah, thanks. It's nice to be back. I mean, 2023 was a good year, so yeah, I'm happy to be back on a great track and back in this car, so it's nice.
RPM also announced a new driver in their car for Hungaroring, with 17-year-old Belgian debutant Ian Eichmans, who progresses through the single-seater ladder, promoted from the Spanish F4 Series. He comes in place of Zandvoort winner at the Pirelli Rising Car Award and departing Enzo Peugeot.
Yeah, it's a good start, especially for only being my second day in the car. Yeah, I had to adapt quite a bit compared to the F4, but so far so good.
Elsewhere, Swiss team G4 Racing opened their Budapest weekend with 2 driver changes. First is 19-year-old Enzo Richev from Luxembourg, fresh after winning the Ultimate Formula Cup Championship in 2024, and he's keen to prove himself in the hotly competitive Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine 2025 grid.
I'm feeling great. I didn't await such a high level of competition. It's the first time I'm driving with so much talent, would I say. So a bit difficult to start the weekend because I don't drive so much, but yes, I do my best.
Also heading to G4 Racing is Edu Robinson. A former Spanish national karting champion, he moves up having establishing himself in Italian F4 and Euro 4 series last season, and now moves in directly after stints in the Formula Winter Series and Spanish F4 earlier this year.
Feeling amazing, feeling very good, very confident going into this week. It's just my FRECA debut, so just feeling all good vibes, especially amazing to be here in this lovely track, Hungororing, as they're getting it prepared for the F1 week, so I get to see all the cool installations getting ready as well. I think all very happy and all very good.
And last but certainly not least, Javier Segura returns to the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine for the first time since 2023. Since then, he has taken on 4 races in the FIA Formula 3 Championship this year, and the 21-year-old is hoping that his experience will go a long way to help the new Axel GP team ahead of the weekend here at Budapest.
Yeah, super glad to be back in this paddock. It's always really fun, and I also want to thank Axel GP for giving me the chance to be back, so super grateful and excited for this weekend.
As the first qualifying session got underway, the drivers were extremely conscious of managing the Pirelli tyres in the ramping heat conditions. Group A would kick off first, with the fastest lap time being recorded in the first half of the qualifying session by Brazilian star Pedro Cleiro. The Van Amersfoort Racing driver sealed top spot in Group A with a mighty 1:37.823, this coming straight after achieving both his and his team's first race win of the 2025 campaign during their home weekend at Zandvoort. Our race GP's Enzo Dellini managed to secure second, 1/10 behind Cleiro. Championship leader Freddie Slater would field a 1:37.913 for Prema to start 6th. Next came the turn of Group B, and after showing very strong early pace, it would be Italian ace Matteo De Paolo who would eventually land a late and effective blow with a 1:37.431 to go faster than Pedro Cleiro by just under 0.4 of a second, taking his maiden pole position in the championship.
We have been pretty fast during all these days here in Hungary, and yeah, today was all about to put all together these days of works, and it seems that we worked pretty well, and we got pole position. We seem pretty fast, so let's do the same in race 1.
I mean, I'm very happy with the job we did yesterday and today. We built up a solid weekend up until now. Very happy with the lap, to be fair. Yesterday I was not expecting it. For me, a good job would have been a top 3 in the group, but I'm very happy to actually put it on pole. Very good lap, and thanks to the team for working hard and managing to get the car in the window that I wanted. So just happy.
Raced here in the Formula Regional European Championship Alpine. Marshall waving the green flag. In the background, here come the lights. All 5 lights are lit, and it's pedal to the metal, and it is go, 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 go. Great starts all round. Doesn't look like there's any issues right from the start, but Matteo De Paolo, I think, might have the edge here on the run down through towards turn 1. Indeed he will. Pedro Clero might yet come under fire, because Rashid El Dahiri is having a look around the outside. An aggressive line taken from Enzo Dellini up the inside as well. He's pounced on Rashid El Dahiri and has moved up into third as well. A couple of cars now escaping to the right-hand side. That's definitely a Prema further back as they now sweep through in towards turn 2. Clero under attack straight away as they now come through the first sector. Great start from Matteo De Paolo, and just look at that from Clero, just covering off that inside as they come out of turn 3 this time. Further back, you can just see the 11 of Jin Nakamura, car getting onto the grass. That looks like it might be an ART that has found its way onto the grass side by side as well, between an R-Race and also a Santalok just getting caught up on the off-road there, as well as the 45 of Jack Beaton sweeps around the outside, currently in 10th place. They now come into the chicane, coming in towards turns 6 and 7 now, side by side as well further up. Once again, it looks like it might be Beaton. Once again, looking to lay down the hammer. Yes, it certainly is. Wasn't successful on that occasion, though, however. I think it was Akshay Bora he was tying up with, coming out of turn 6 and 7 now through turn 8. A car sweeping off at the side. Now, that looked like it might have been Ruiki Liu, just running a little bit wide of the mark. Coming through the very, very fast-paced turn 11, needing to have their wits about them. And there again, the Trident moving off the track. That is Ruiki Liu. And that's the second time he's done that already in the middle to last sector as well, is side by side with a CL Motorsport driver. Of course, we mentioned Zachary David joining the team. This, incidentally, though, is Michael Belov, who is back in the orange and blue once again. Just look at Matteo De Paolo, though. He is absolutely streaming off. More cars running wide around the final corner at turn 14 as they now hustle down through towards turn 1. There is the 27 of Slater, who is already up 1 place ahead of Hayu Yamakoshi at the moment. An aggressive line taken again by what looked to be, I think, and there was a little bit of movement out on track heading down in towards turn 1, but obviously all the cars just trying to jostle for position for this very early stage of the race. It is still Matteo De Paolo, who's out in front now by 1.8 seconds. Pedro Clero still in second. Still a grand portion of this race still to go, and anything can truly happen. Who watches Ruiki Liu makes his way around the next right-hander, chasing after Jin Nakamura. Mancor in Spain as now Dellini gets a little bit closer, and a late move down the inside here from Enzo Dellini as now Pedro Clero sweeps through, very close to contact coming out of turn 1, and Pedro Clero sweeps back through and takes second place back. But that was a harum-scarum moment. They come through the final corner once more to begin the next lap. 21 minutes and 33 to go. Matteo De Paolo with a very strong start, and now the gap has marched out to 3 seconds and beyond, nearly 3.2 in fact. It was Rashid El Dahiri fastest in the first sector over the last lap. He's now managed to gather himself to the back of Enzo Dellini. A big sharp move this time by the 30. Oh my goodness, Akshay Bora launching up the inside of Evan Gilter in their big fight at turn 1. Of course, Bora's been threatening to get closer with the odd purple sector or two, and it's now brought him into proximity of Evan Gilter so far, who is still 7/10 away from Hayu Yamakoshi at the moment. I'm sure he won't be too disappointed with that. We now take a look at a replay. So this is the Axel GP driver, the 44 of Javier Segura, and a move up the inside by the RPM of Enzo Ye, and next up the 96 Santalok racing car. Oh my goodness, what must have been contact there, the 16 of Sakir Al-Maushari, and it's still at a standstill on the side of the road here with 16 minutes and 32 to go. A yellow flag is up at turn 3, and by the looks of it, Sakir Al-Maushari can't get it started again. Important to note, Ian Eichmans as well in his first start, also in the pits, as now we see Rashid El Dahiri going very defensive, and that's going to open the door here for Freddie Slater. The two Premas now are going to go wheel to wheel over an improved position now, side by side. Safety car has been deployed, so I don't know how this is going to work out. You probably have to forego the place. A lock up here from Freddie Slater. The yellow flags are out, so he has to slow up the car, and therefore he'll have to put his attack on standby. And the Trident driver Matteo De Paolo will effectively become the safety car now, getting us back underway. The yellow still wave, very soon they'll wave green. Pedro Clearo will be all over the tail of the Trident in front, with Enzo Dellini also looking for his chance now. Where does the push to pass come into all this now as they come around the final corner? And it will be pedal to the metal for the second time in this race now, and it certainly will be Matteo De Paolo leading the way down through towards turn one. We see Pedro Clearo just a little faint to the inside there. We see Enzo Dellini also doing the same. In comes Freddie Slater. A look at the inside here on Rashid Al-Dahiri, who leaves a small avenue as now we see, oh my goodness, now that looks like Jack Beaton, if I'm not mistaken. Beaton, I think, just going very wide through turn one, and he's lost a fleet of places, coming toe-to-toe with Nikita Bedrin through towards turn one. So that is not ideal at all for the young man from Australia, from the Gold Coast. Certainly not a golden moment, as now he looks to try and recover the damage that's been done. Coming through turn one, we're not quite sure really as to where it really is instigated from, but now Slater's under attack, as here comes now Hayu Yamakoshi around the outside. These two will know each other very well from Italian F4 the year before, and now Slater, who's looking to defend this position now. No longer is he the aggressor up against Rashid Al-Dahiri, but Yamakoshi is going to push his buttons all the way through turn three. A battle now erupting as well, just in behind with the 95. Also on the attack of Evan Gilter, but I think he's more defensive-minded. Akshay Bora is pushing him all the way as they now climb up through towards turn four this time. They're going to go wheel-to-wheel on the run-up through towards turn five as well. Who's going to be the better man in this exchange? It looks like Evan Gilter has managed to fend off a budding champion in waiting potentially in this series, but he's going to come under close fire, as is the 22 of Pedro Clearo. Again, Dellini runs wide, and Clearo back up the inside coming through turn one will retake P2, but again another one fired in from Enzo Dellini. He's trying to break the deadlock. Throw in and underway. It's Matteo De Paolo who leads them off, heading down in towards turn one. It's all on Pedro Clearo. It's all or nothing for the remainder of the race now. Freddie Slater knows that. He has a look at the inside of Rashid Al-Dahiri, who's currently sat in fourth spots. They now cruise around the final corner, and again Jack Beaton getting swallowed up now, but now under attack is Freddie Slater. He cuts off in front of Yamakoshi, who tries to take him on for P5 in this classification. Was unsuccessful. Rashid Al-Dahiri running a little bit wide coming out of turn three and then in towards turn four, but Slater now is going to have to try again elsewhere. There is another heavy braking zone coming in towards turn 12 where there may be an opportunity for the final time here in race one, and the one final corner remains, and a scene that has not been, well, certainly seen from anybody since Misano to open up the championship. It's going to be Matteo De Paolo and Trident taking victory for a second time this season. A magnificent job from the young Italian, and Maurizio Salvadori's team, and no question going to be celebrating that one. Pedro Clearo coming across the line to make yet another podium performance.
I'm really happy because, we struggled a bit in Zandvoort. We didn't have the pace that we had in the first two rounds, but I think we come back quite in a good way. We were dominating today. The car was really good, and I was feeling really well driving it, and the pace was unreal. We had just 2 moments with the safety cars where I had to be a bit focused because of the others behind, but then the rest, we were just pulling off, and so super happy because the team did a mega job to come back to this pace in this week, so it's fully deserved to them.
Well, very, very happy, to be honest. I think we maximized every little bit we could today. Also in qualifying, especially in the race, Matteo was on another league today, also Trident, so we'll have to analyze for tomorrow, but very happy, to keep this momentum going after a good weekend in Zandvoort. Confident for tomorrow, but we have for sure some work to do.
Yeah, it was a good race. We started P4, we finished P3. Well, obviously it's hard to overtake on this track, but I think we had a good pace. We made a move in T1 to get third, and then had a couple chances to pass Pedro, but it was a bit hard.
After a warm start to the weekend, temperatures began to cool heading into Sunday morning for the qualifying 2 session, as track temperature dropped 20 degrees in comparison to qualifying 1 the previous day. As Group B headed out first, it was Prema and Mercedes junior driver Rashid Al-Dahiri who went fastest, posting a 1:37.781. It wouldn't hold, however, as Group A went out with temperatures increasing, and it would be R-Race GP's Enzo Dellini taking a first pole position in the series with a 1:37.296. The 2 drivers disputing at the top of the Drivers' Championship, Trident's Matteo De Paolo and Prema's Freddie Slater, will be joined together on Row 2.
No, it definitely was amazing. I think as a team we were able to develop quite a lot
during the round, and I feel like we've been always improving. I've been working on my driving to figure out the best thing that works for this track and for our car. I feel like yesterday we were quite close, we were quite competitive, but then today in quali we were able to make another step with the cooler conditions. We were able to maximize everything, and we kept it late, the last purple sector, just to make it a bit more dramatic for the team. But no, it was definitely amazing, very happy, and now it's race time, full focus on that, and hopefully we're able to maintain or improve our position.
Yeah, obviously very happy. Pole position around this track obviously is very hard to pass, so honestly qualifying it's half the job done. Just need to get a good start now. And but yeah, we did a really good step on the setup compared to yesterday where we struggled a tiny bit. No, but overall, yeah, thanks to the team, we did both a good job, I think.
And now racing for them for the first time. As now we watch as the lights get lit. Here at Hungororing, they go out and it's pedal to the metal. And it's go, 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 go. Great start for Enzo Dellini. Covers off Rashid Al-Dahiri straight away, who tries to move his way into the slipstream as well. Freddie Slater getting a decent start, but also Matteo De Paolo. They're going to go wheel to wheel now, but Slater might yet challenge his own teammate. Coming through towards turn one, not quite. Al-Dahiri around the outside of Enzo Dellini. It's wheel to wheel between De Paolo and Freddie Slater as well. But Slater, I think, getting the upper hand as they run down through towards turn two. Rashid Al-Dahiri under pressure now as his teammate gives him his marching orders around the outside. Here comes Slater, surely not a double. He might get the lead, not quite, coming off by Dellini, but Slater moves into second. Great start for Freddie Slater. A lot of jostling for position further back. Two of the Van Amersfoort cars as well trying to make their way up through the field, but it's Enzo Dellini who leads the way here on lap one with 29 minutes or so to go, plus one lap. Freddie Slater now jumping up 2 places since the start, or 1 place since the start of the race. Obviously Matteo De Paolo starting fourth, Al-Dahiri now down into third. Will need to try and recover, but it's Prema 2 and 3 at the moment as they look to hunt down the R race. Of course, a long-standing rivalry as now the RPM car, the 96, going for a spin. I think, no, is that 90? No, it can't be a 96, surely not. That's Jaroslav Vasalo from Santalok. Unfortunately, I think it might be Giovanni Maschio who might have gone for a spin there in the RPM, but we will keep you updated, folks, as time goes on. Just could not quite see from the rear view as they now peel down through towards turn 12. The two Van Amersfoorts now becoming a trio. Now off the track this time, it's a Van Amersfoort car, almost requisite of what we saw from Giovanni Maschio, and that was Dion Gouda, who unfortunately found himself onto the grass. Seconds away, and there's the 45 off. That's Jack Beaton. Oh my goodness, and there's some smoke coming out of the engine as well, it would seem, out of the top end of the chassis. And oh, there's fire. A little bit of fire there as well. So yellow flags at turn one, and the incident between Meyer Berg and Edward Borgner apparently is going to be investigated after the race, but this is Jack Beaton's spin. And unfortunately just getting the tyres lit up. As you can see, oh yeah, puff of smoke and some flames coming out of the rear of the car, and the safety car has been deployed. No surprise there whatsoever. It's been a really unfortunate weekend for poor Jack Beaton. And there he is now out of the car, and good to see that too, of course. Trying to clear it as quickly as possible. For the second time in this race now here at Hungororing. Green flags waved as he makes his way through towards the first corner. Freddie Slater in second place, 4/10 away, as we now have a little bit of a look here this time with Hiyu Yamakoshi having a look around the outside of Michael Belov. Belov with the inside line as now he peels through. But obviously he's going to sacrifice a little bit of speed, and there's some side-by-sides as well further back with an RPM and an RHGP further back as well. And I think that might be Jin Nakamura, and Ian Eichmann's actually going side by side, and also further up then the VAR also doing battle as well as they peel on through. And indeed there's the number 7 of Nandavid Biram Bhakti, and he's managed, I think, Freddie Slater's taken the race lead. I'm not sure where that's occurred, but Freddie Slater taking the race lead. I think it must have literally happened in a split moment, but Enzo Dellini forfeiting the race lead to Freddie Slater now. So it's the Brit in front. Now remember, there was a 2-second gap. And this is the moment. So Enzo Dellini went slowly in towards turn 12. So whether he had a problem or there was an issue, a technical glitch, and it just allowed Freddie Slater to take full advantage, move up the inside, And not leaving the rear of that Prema, and we'll have a look down the inside, and now going for that very aggressive inside move coming through turn 1. Slater back on the power as they go wheel to wheel now on the escape out of turn 1. Slater the Brit, Italian F4 champion, up against Enzo Dellini, who has been so quick this weekend and retakes the lead now coming through turn 2. Enzo Dellini leads the race, could be on to matching Slater's win count for this campaign, as well as Matteo De Paolo's as well, and it could yet be 2 in the win column, but now needs to make sure that this is going to be an error-free final 5 minutes of racing here at Budapest. We can't forget as well the opportunity in towards turn 12 could present itself again, despite it not being quite as long in terms of the straight prior to the apex of the corner. Certainly not in comparison to the long run coming out of turn 14 in towards turn 1. It can still offer enough for a driver to potentially make a move, and that's exactly what Slater's doing. He's gone past Dellini again. This is again the same situation we saw before, but not only has Dellini forfeited the race lead, but he's also forfeited second place as well. Prema have just gone 1 and 2 here with just over 30 seconds left to go, plus 1 lap here at Hungaroring. So now it's Freddie Slater in the lead of the race again, and Rashid Al-Dahiri now in second, and RaceGP and Enzo Dellini now reduced down to third. Let's see this once more. Dellini moving over to the inside, just seemed to slow down, and whether he's got a problem inside his car, I'm not quite sure, but in came as well Matteo De Paolo, who was trying to grab himself a podium place. Dellini seems to have recovered again. 6 seconds left to go, then we'll hit 0, and then the additional lap will come into play as well. But it's Freddie Slater, become a 3-time race winner here this time in the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine to return to the championship lead and a 3rd race win of the season. Freddie Slater wins here at Hungaroring in the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine, ahead of teammate Rashid Al-Dahiri, who secures yet another podium to his rostrum. After starting second, he will finish second. With Enzo Dellini, he'll be absolutely distraught, I'm sure. Certainly gutted at the possibility of a race win, a 2nd race win of the season now slipping through his fingers. Our RaceGP driver Enzo Dellini was handed a post-race disqualification following a decision by the stewards, who deemed his driving conduct unsafe while returning to Parc Ferme ahead of the podium ceremony. As a result, De Paolo was promoted to 3rd place, further consolidating his position at the top of the standings.
Yeah, also a little bit lucky in the end. We were going to finish P2 probably, and then a little bit of luck in the end with Enzo managed to give me the win. So an unfortunate issue for him, but for this weekend we would have taken the opportunity, any opportunity we get. And in motorsport you've got to be there at the right time and also maximise every little bit you can, because we know how super close FRECA is at the moment. All the teams suit different tracks, so it's always chopping and changing all the time each weekend. So it's super tight, so you've got to take the opportunities when you get them, like I say. So it's been a tough weekend in terms of pace. I think we've had not too bad 1-lap pace, like we've managed to string it out a bit and get the maximum out of it. Race run pace was a little bit more difficult, as you saw in the race. So yeah, a little bit tough, but we look forward to Paul Ricard.
No, I mean, definitely it's been a very emotional weekend. We've been able to do a lot of improvement from the previous one, do a lot of steps forward. I feel like as a track, maybe it's brand new for us, a lot of overheating, so a lot of critical points for us, but we were able to really do a great result. I think I was able to learn a lot, change a little things with my driving, and overall I think the result's really good. Of course, I feel like we could have probably done a little bit more. The start was, they say we lost the position to Freddie, and then of course this track's quite difficult to overtake, but we were trying to create some opportunities to find a few possibilities. But yeah, overall P2 I think is a great job. The team did a really great job, and 1-2 for them is a great result.
The Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine sets its sights to the most recent home of the Formula 1 French Grand Prix at Paul Ricard Le Castellet on the 19th and 20th of July. And as we head over to southern France with just a mere 4 points between them, Matteo De Paolo and Freddie Slater will continue their pursuits for the Drivers' Championship, with both sharing 2 wins apiece. With Enzo Dellini sat in 3rd, 32 points away from the top, he'll be marking a home race appearance for both driver and his team RaceGP at Paul Ricard, and looking to bounce back from the issues in Budapest. It promises to be an exhilarating round 5.